All right, so let me now see if Dreamweaver will open. See if they've got that fixed. Huh? I don't know. Where were you?
Trying to get my car.
Oh, okay. Excuses, excuses.
Now waiting to listen to the recording.
Yeah. Sorry, you almost got hit by a car.
Yeah, usually those situations I have to stop for a few minutes.
Yeah, I bet. But
It's those bike lanes on Roosevelt. I don't understand why they're there. People aren't going to like look.
yeah.
It's painted green and they turn instead of looking. I think the only way to not get hit is just to like take the middle of the road. I didn't know you guys love that.
All right, so we are recording, just so you know, Gracie. So that was Gracie, everybody. She almost died on the way to class. So don't kill Gracie on the way to class if you're driving, please, everybody. Yeah?
We are not.
Right, okay. So she doesn't like that. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we are going to create content with WordPress. We are going to edit and format text in WordPress. We are going to talk about uploading and using images, and then creating navigation and menus. And we're just going to try to rip through those for lecture today, and then have lab on Wednesday, right? And so, Sue, this is what you were asking, the template files assignment, okay? So do at the end of this week, create your template files. So again, here's what I want. You need to have main.html. I really don't even care about home.html anymore. I should just drop home.html. I should just call it template.html and move on with my day. Yeah, I mean the home just has, so if we look at main.html, right? It then has everything from the doc type all the way through, you know, style sheet, another style sheet, link to jQuery, et cetera, yada, 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 content. Home.html then has, the only difference is in the middle area, in the content area. This is where I then have a flex slider, which if you don't have a flex slider, we're going to put one in, right? If you don't have widgets, that's okay. Just make a spot for them on your page. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is if you just turn in main.html to me as your template, and I'll modify that assignment down the road, just template.html. But here's what I'm looking for, right? If then we go to the choose your project site assignment, and we then go to the WEB170 sample staging area here. I want to be able to see a template system that has a place for a logo or a header or whatever, you know, you want to call it, navigation, an area for content, and an area for a sidebar. Okay. On the home page, so I will just leave it this way, right? And tell you guys that if you want to just do one template, that's fine. I'm fine with that, right? On the home page, eventually we're going to put in a flex slider. And I then on the home page need this area right there for the text that is going to be on your home page when we get there, your SEO snippet of text. This right here, this area is eventually going to be then where we put a feed for your latest postings in. And this is just whatever text you want. So eventually, here's what we're going to do, right? Let's just go to the spring one that I did. Whoops. This last time around, not the repository, but the actual site, where eventually we're going to take those templates and we're going to put in a navigation schema that works according to actual pages, right? So this permalink structure right there means that I'm on the portfolio page. Okay, remember how we talked about permalinks? Where's Jonathan? Gracie, you have to be my yes man.
Oh, okay.
So remember how we talked about permalinks?
Sure.
Thanks, Gracie. Okay. Then we need content on each page. We need to have a sidebar where we're going to put sub-navigation, a quote, links to latest postings, another widget, this, I don't remember what we were doing here, but I think I was doing a text widget and harassing Sherrod at the same time because Sherrod would never look up at the screen, right? So I could do whatever I was doing, kind of behind Sherrod's back while he was sitting there. It was kind of fun. Then on the home page, right? This is where we're going to put a flex slider in. We are going to use this piece of text right here from the home page in the text editor. This is where we're going to do a latest news feed from our blog. This can just stay the same. Okay. So we are then going to convert this into this with dynamic content. We are then going to convert this into this with dynamic content. Does that make sense? So that's what I want from your template, right? So it's fine if you just give me one template. You can do home and main if you want to, if you just name it template. And I can see that the parts are there. I'm going to move on with my life. I'm going to check you off and move on with my life. I really will. Okay. But in this template system, right? That's where the example template system that I have here, right? HTML page, all packaged up in your little folder that works, right? So if you have fonts, images, scripts, etc. Okay, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Sue, did that?
Clear. But need to repeat to back
Sure.
to watch
Sure.
the movie again.
Yeah. So that's a good thing about the. Have you been watching the videos?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Are they helpful?
They're very helpful.
They're very helpful. Good.
Depending on it.
Good. So when you watch this back,
Mhm.
are you going to be freaked out because you're having a conversation? Hear your own voice a little bit, maybe. Do you guys hear me in your sleep yet? Who hears me? You do, right, Gracie?
Sure.
Sure. Who was it that was telling me that? I think it was Janine that was like, I hear you in my sleep. Rah! Right? No, you were telling me you were watching me early in the morning. That was what it was. Yeah. Okay. So let's now go on to creating content with WordPress. Yay! Okay. Summer 2017 prototype. Oh, and for your templates, remember to, let's go back to the assignment. Create your template files. post these to GitHub. Okay. I'm actually going to, right now, while we're talking about this, this is the cool thing about WordPress, right? That if I need to make an edit to the assignment, I can just log in. Post these templates in their own folder and link to them as your templates from your client's staging area. Oops. Post these templates as your theme. Templates to GitHub. And link to them as your theme repository. Yeah, that's fine. Because your templates is, in other words, post this one as GitHub. Let's see, let's do this. Open link in new tab, right? So here is the templates, okay? Then we are going to make this into a theme, okay? So what you can do is then clone this repository into your themes folder and work on it from your themes folder, or just move it into your themes folder, and we'll do that. I'll show you how to do that, okay? So wherever it is on your hard drive right now, you know, if you name it templates, great. You can then, you should be able to rename the folder, but you might have, I don't think you'll have any problems with it. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, because I'm doing it a little bit of a different way. So, post these templates to GitHub.
So we do have to have sidebars and everything kind of like what you have?
Yeah.
You're gonna see a lot of editing.
Well, yeah, and that's fine, right? I mean, you basically just need something to work with at this point in time, Gracie. If you make a sidebar later on because you need to make a sidebar, am I going to dock you points?
Yes.
No. No, I am not. Well, actually, that's your theme repository. I should actually go to this one and link to it, because this then has the templates in it, right? I did paste it right there, right? Okay. So create your templates. And then post these templates in their own folder, link to them as your templates from your client staging area. Post these templates to GitHub in their own folder and link to them as your I think I have it labeled proto site theme repository. Trying to make this clear, guys. So if I go back to my staging area, repositories. You missed the quiz, Jonathan.
Dang it.
Okay. All right. So is that clear, Jonathan?
Stop.
Gracie's been filling in for you?
Really?
Yeah, she's not as enthusiastic.
Was she speaking Russian?
No, no. She was like, sure.
Skeptical. Yes.
All right. So does that make sense on the templates? Great.
Yes.
Not as enthusiastic. Yeah, I know. See, she doesn't want to do this, Jonathan. Creating content.
Your indie Richter is here.
Thank you.
Everything comes for the place.
We'll discuss our terms of conditions. We'll renegotiate our terms and conditions. Content is the key to any good website. It's what your users are coming to see, right?
Stop.
Yeah. So remember from whatchamajoohickey, the web redesign workflow workbook that we used in Web 105. Without good and relevant content, everything else is merely a placeholder. Therefore, let's see how we can easily create, update, and manage content using WordPress, shall we? Yay! So again, the good thing about a content management system is that your client can create, update, and maintain content. The bad thing about a content management system is that your client can create, update, and maintain content. That is my own quotes. I'm gonna get this tattooed on my back, right? So let's create a new posting. Again, we are breaking, remember how we talked about that there are two major types of post objects, pages and postings. Pages being not necessarily static content, but for all practical purposes, static content, meaning that they are pages that don't change very often, right? That are go with your hierarchy of content. Then we also have blog postings, which are timely content. So if we look at the demo, just closing some tabs. If we look at the demo prototype, the original demo, this is where then underneath the blog, we are going to have postings, okay? That if we click, so on the blog feed, right? This is, remember how we talked about, maybe you don't, let's go log in and talk about it. Under settings, reading. Okay, at this point in time, we are still leaving our homepage as our latest postings. Okay, so what does that look like? If you go to a typical blog, it's a technical term, you guys, right? The homepage then may be a page full of links to postings. Where we can see Gus and me building, I know, I'm a ham, right? Bunk bed. Don't fall in love, Gracie, right here. Don't, right there. Don't, try not to fall in love.
Stone cold.
Yeah, don't, look at that face. Don't, you guys, don't let that face hypnotize you, okay? But this is a typical blog, like a typical personal blog that basically has on the home page a list of postings that then when you click on one, it takes you then to the actual posting, right? So this is where if I logged into this, and don't be afraid to go to my Amazon wish list and buy me things, you guys. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Is that link to my wish list is not just for my dad to buy me Christmas presents. So he knows, I mean, that's how he knows what to get me. Right? So here under settings, then under reading, right now I have it set to latest postings, not to a static page. In our demo then here, we have it set to a static page, okay? We're not there yet. Don't do that yet. Do not do this yet. Do not do this yet. Don't do it yet, okay? But this is where then we're gonna have articles in our feed, okay? So, summer demo. Here's what I want to do. Currently, you should have this hello world posting.
I changed mine.
Gracie, don't do things before I tell you to. Trash it. Go to the trash. Empty trash. Okay, so we should see no posts. So we want to add a new posting. Okay, so we can do it one of two places. We can go here and add new posting, or we can go up to this menu, right? Which says we can add a new post, media, page, or user. I typically go up here to this menu and say add new post. Currently, we have this thing categories, uncategorized. This is the dumbest thing ever, the uncategorized. Let's go to categories here. Because again, blog postings can have categories versus pages are underneath pages that are categorized. I know. Makes total sense. Just stick with me if you can. So I typically like to edit the uncategorized one. Rename it to news. And here is the slug. A slug is the URL-friendly version of the name, meaning if we go to this website that you guys totally are not sick of yet, and if you are, think about how I feel. Here's what a slug looks like in your permalink structure. A slug can take this formatted title and change it to an SEO-friendly slug, okay? So when I go to edit this posting, this name of the posting gets translated into this search engine optimized, all lowercase with dashes, permalink, okay? If I went to categories, and I looked at my categories, articles, case studies, tutorials, this is then the URL-friendly slug, all lowercase, and instead of spaces has dashes. So I need to then redo this slug. All lowercase news. Update. Back to categories. So now my default one is news, okay? So I'm going to go back to create a new post. So here is our content editor. Okay. And if we go to the lecture, we should be right about here, where what I'm doing differs a little slightly from what we're doing in the lecture, but nonetheless, here is where I have a new post, right? So this right here then is the text editor, right? Or the rich text editor, or what they call, I believe, the right subpanel. The right post subpanel. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. They changed the URL of this. It used to be HTML-ipsum. This right here is where you can get a nice chunk of, and here's the thing. Right now, we have the visual parts of the text editor and the text. I wish they would not have changed this. This used to say code. I wish they would say code right here. But this is where So you see how I can that's that joke. Anybody? South Park? Okay. So this is where if I did this and I would go to the code, it would show me all the code here, right? What I want to do for us is I want to paste that HTML ipsum in here and not use the H1 tag there. So I have it looking like this. And again, this theme is making things look this way in the text editor. Not all themes do that. I also then want to give it a title. So I am then going to and publish. So now if I take a look here, because I have the permalinks set up the way I have them set up, and if I go to settings, permalinks, I have them set up with day and name, okay? Meaning post name, 10th of July, 2017 under my WordPress folder. Lorem ipsum Dolores Sidamet, name, 10th of July, 2017. View post. Okay. So here then is the posting. Okay. If I went back to the home page, currently you would see this posting as just a the post feed here. Okay. So if I went back to dashboard, settings, reading, currently I have for each article and feed show full text. Let's see what show summary does. Doesn't do a thing. Unless, let's see. I wonder, I've never tested this out. You guys ready to test something? Let's try this and see what it does. Post. If you go under screen options up here, click that. We can turn the excerpt field on. We can turn the custom fields on, et cetera, on. I'm just going to turn excerpt on right now. So now I have this excerpt, handcrafted summaries. Let's see if this actually does what I might want it to do. Never tested this before. I'm always trying something new, Jonathan. Yeah, yeah. Post. Go back to the home page. Nope. I don't know what their summary thing does. Because eventually what we are going to do then on our home page is we are going to, well, if on our home page, we are eventually going to turn it into looking like this, where we can have a title of our posting. And then on our blog feed, we can have a title, a thumbnail, and an excerpt, which this right here pulls from that excerpt field. That's what I was trying to test. One more posting. You guys ready? Post. HTML ellipsis. Copy. Text. Well, I published without a title. See if it's going to actually do it for me. Now, if you do edit a post, you can, like if you edit the title, you can then go and edit the permalink here. And if you just paste that in there and say, okay, it'll adjust it to the search engine slug. Now, what if I wanted more categories, right? Because right now, both of these have been categorized as news. What do you think I might do? Add categories under the categories menu over here. I could add category right here if I wanted to. And change this to articles, and then update. So now if I view post, currently with the way the theme is set up, it's not showing me the category. Oh, there it is. And here are the categories right here, articles and news. So I can see all articles. And we're going to do this later on, where we're going to do a category menu like that. Or news ones. Or if I went back to the home page, I could see this posting and then this posting, right? How many of you have ever come across blogs where they have like half of the article and you start reading it and then it has a more link? Here's what I'm saying. If I went to edit this, I could right here insert a read more tag. So if we go back to then the home page, we have this continue reading button. Should I ever do it that way, Jonathan?
No,
Why?
that's what I'm struggling to remember.
Where is this text being pulled from right now?
It's being pulled from the news category page, which is not.
It's being pulled from that right there,
right,
versus being pulled from this. So for search engine optimization, we want to pull this. So we are going to hand code that later on. This is a dirty, dirty trick that you should never, ever do, because that says you don't know what you're doing as a developer. Okay? That is a clear sign of a pre-existing theme that you just don't know what you're doing. I want you to feel like you know what you're doing, right? Update that. Yeah, so we're gonna make this down the road where we pick these, okay, from the excerpt field. Make sense? Yeah? What about you, Gracie? She left. You think she's gonna watch the video back?
No. She's gonna know.
And then she's gonna say, oh man, they were talking about me, but I left. Okay.
She cut it off with the next SEO secret.
Good answer. Okay, so we're just going to leave it like this for the time being. Okay. Now what we want to do, we want to also create pages. You ready? You ready to create a page? New page. Here now, I am going to create a page structure according to this information architecture. About, services, portfolio, contact. We're going to leave blog alone right now. We're going to leave home alone. Right. Thanks, Jonathan. So what I want to do then is, because eventually we're going to put the blog under its own page, but we're not there yet. So we can just leave that alone. So, or I could do it and it'll just be another page. Should I add home and blog right now, Jonathan? Why not?
Because you said not to. Leave them alone.
Doesn't really matter. Let's just add them. Doesn't hurt to add them. Now, let's just go with about. Copy that text again. Actually, this time I'm going to copy just through there. And I'm going to go to text. And I'm going to hit that. I'm going to go back to visual. Notice this. Pages, if I go to screen options, do not have the choice to show me an excerpt. Oh. We will have to add that in later. Okay. Over here, under page attributes, at this point in time, I am choosing no parent. I am also not choosing an order right now. Okay. But if we wanted to order our pages in a certain way, when we are calling them via the list pages function, which we'll talk about down the road, we could order them a certain way. We're not going to worry about that right now. As well, we're not going to worry about a featured image. But we are going to now publish our about page. Okay? So if we go to pages now, as well, sample page, let's trash that. Go to the trash. Empty trash. So now under pages, I have the about page. Let's see what I want you guys to do according to the assignment in terms of pages. That'll give me the answer I'm looking for, Jonathan. Create your content menu system. Oh, I did do the blog page. About, blog, contact, portfolio.
So nav under.
Yeah. So for your page structure, you should at this time create a set of main level about, blog, contact, and at least one other main category like portfolio. Okay. All of these main level pages one of these main level pages must include a set of three sub-level pages. I'm going to choose portfolio, right? All pages should include text that represents, and that's where I've linked to the HTML ipsum. Your about page should contain a photo that we'll do here in a bit. You will need to create a main menu system. We'll do that here in a bit, okay? So I have an about page. You ready for page number 2? Page. Portfolio. New page. Blog. Content in there. Publish. New page. Contact. Ooh. Instead of content here, this is where we'll publish this. I'm going to go to the contact forms and go grab the short code, my contact form. I'm going to go back to pages. See that I have a contact page here. None of you have been in the research class yet, have you? Wait, you have, Jonathan.
Yeah.
What protocol am I using right now?
You mean like of the.
As I'm talking to you, telling you what I'm
Oh,
doing.
the talk out loud protocol.
The think out loud
Think out
protocol.
loud. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like protocol.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That joke goes over well when I'm doing my HCD class up at UW. So I'm going to update this. I'm going to view my contact page. And look at that. I got a contact form in there. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. I'm going to go back to pages. And I'm going to see that currently I have an about page, a blog page, a contact page, a portfolio page, but I don't have subpages to any of these. Okay? So here's the trick with subpages that students often forget or often fail to do. And then when they get into doing their menu system, hard coding their menu system, things go awry for them. Here's what you need to do. If I want a subpage for portfolio, like logos, In order for this to be a subpage to portfolio, I have to choose a parent, which is kind of ironic because we can't choose our own parents. Somebody hug me, Jonathan. I'm going to publish that. Oops, I forgot to put content in there. I'm going to go back to my HTML ipsum. Go grab some content. So now, if I go to Pages, you will see this little line, this little M dash, that says, hey, look, I'm the Logos page, but I am a subpage to Portfolio. I'm going to create 2 more pages. And I'm just following my information architecture for my business site, pretty much. Why? I need something to do. Print. Because I want this to be a subpage, do not forget to choose Portfolio as a parent page. New page.
Can you go in after you publish it and relink that if you forget?
Oops, I chose the About page instead of the Portfolio page. Oh, I published it. That was the wrong page. Or I'm trying to answer your, so if you didn't hear David's question, can you go back and edit that? Well, yes. So if I go to Pages, right, and I see that, oh man, I made a mistake. That was, whoops, right? That shouldn't be there. That should be under here. Yes. Edit. Portfolio. That was your question, right? Yeah.
Yay.
Hooray! That joke doesn't make sense to you guys yet, but it will. Ellie gets it, right, Ellie? Hooray! You'll get sick of
We're
that.
almost there.
Yeah, trust me, you'll get sick of it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a more closer look at the text editor in WordPress. So that was the creating content lecture. Hooray! Now, in the create content assignment, I think I only put in pages, right? You should also have a couple of postings. If you don't, we can check on it later, right? But put in a couple of postings for right now. Okay.
Underneath the blog, right?
Yeah.
Not to be on its own weird.
Well, we haven't set that up yet, so just right now it'll be on your home page, on your front page. Okay. I sound like my 2.5-year-old. Do you still love me?
You know where he gets them.
Yes, I know where my children get a lot of things from. Gus is in therapy right now too, Gracie. We get it. We get it. Editing your text. Okay. So under, let's choose the page. Here's a button you're going to want to know about. This one. Why this is not open by default, I don't know. I don't know. Why not just have that open? There's room for it over here. I don't get it. Okay. So if I wanted to then edit some things, right? Like if I wanted to make this line right there bold, or this one italic, I could. If I wanted to make a new paragraph and instead of having it be a paragraph, choose those, have paragraph returns. Right now it's set as paragraph. I could then make that into a bulleted list, an ordered list, a block quote if I want to, without being a list. I could Command Z, where I could make this into a block quote. Okay. I could left align it. I could center align it. I could right align it. I could do a strike through. I could do a horizontal line. I could refresh the page and it'll say, do you want to reload the site? Changes you made may not be saved. And I can say, yeah, I don't want to save those changes that I just did. Okay. If I ever get something from Microsoft Word that I want to paste in here, I should use paste as text. Otherwise, it will paste in the HTML that comes with Microsoft Word.
Bless you.
Hail Satan. Thank you.
You say got your soul.
What?
Got your soul. A lot of people say bless you.
Yeah, I say Hail Satan. Anytime somebody writes me an email that says bless you, I say Hail Satan. Or God bless you. Yeah. Just let me entertain myself the way I want to. May the force be with you and also with you. Catholic, anybody who's a Catholic, recovering Catholic school?
Kind of.
Yeah, so you get that?
A little bit. My husband, I did. My husband went to Catholic school.
Yeah, so when they say peace be with you and also with you, so every time I heard them say, may the force be with you, I would hear and also with you in my head.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Catholic school fucks you up, man. Both my wife and I went to Catholic school. We're recovering. We're both totally in therapy right now.
Yeah. My husband used to run the school at his whatever they call his church.
People are probably sick of me talking about this right now, so I'm going to get back to talking what I should. Ellie, thanks.
I get it though.
Yeah. Clear formatting, special character, decrease indent, so on and so forth, right? If I wanted to sneak in what should I sneak in? If after this block quote, I wanted to say, no, I'm trying to do an M dash.
Oh.
I'm just trying to attribute, right? You know, so if I wanted to then make that a hyperlink, right? I would use that button up there like I just did. So let's do that a little more slowly. So select it, go to the insert edit link, paste your link in. This is the apply button. If you want it to link, open in a new window, you got to hit link options, open link in new tab, updates, updates. So I could also take that and make that right aligned. And why didn't it do my dash for me? Updates. View page. So that's where then this is now a link to, right? Yep, new window, viewing your HTML. We've seen, yeah, so these screenshots are a little bit old, right? In the lecture. And this is where, so these are a little bit old, right? You do it a little bit different way, but the theory is still the same. And I'm not going to go back and take new screenshots. I mean, Ellie can if she wants to.
Okay.
See how I just made my TA do that? The power of having a work study TA. What do I want Ellie to do today? Because she gets paid, man. She has what, 19 hours?
I'm a little over that this week.
Oh, okay.
That's because I got way into one of your projects.
All right. Well, you can average them out. HTML, right? Instead, that I wish they would have kept it as HTML instead of text. That just makes more sense. I could have sworn they changed it to code for a while too. But nonetheless, that is editing text. Hooray! Now, let's do a photo, shall we? Hooray! Uploading and using images in WordPress. What would any blog designed to keep your mother informed be without pictures? In other words, this was to help my mother stay informed of what was going on. At least that's what I was saying when I started this class. Close some tabs here. So here's a picture. If I go and edit this page, this is where there might be a temporary bug going on right now in the WordPress. Because when I tried to select this image on my Mac, I couldn't do it. Let's check in Firefox. Why do they have, yeah, but why do they have, there we go, so Firefox. It's not the, oh, it is what I want. Sorry. Okay, where'd Firefox go now? Jesus. So you should be able to click at it like that and get the edit menu. Why is Ellie, can you test it out on your Mac in Chrome too? Because I could have sworn it wasn't working on my Mac in Chrome, which, like I said, might just be a temporary WordPress bug, but or a temporary Chrome bug, one of the two.
Did you want me to try it on yours or on one of my WordPress?
On one of yours, to see if it's just general bug that I can't. Maybe if I go back to normal size, yeah, I should be able to click on that image like this. I should be able to click on any image and see this edit menu. Well, for the time being, let's just go back to Chrome here. Okay. This is where, then again, in our media settings, right? Right now, we're going to leave these media settings alone as the default media settings. In other words, thumbnail size is 150 by 150, crop proportionately, medium size 300 by 300, large size 1024, 1024. I'm actually going to just change that to 0 because I don't want them to be constrained by heights. I just want them to be constrained by widths. So now what I want to do then is go to my page, About, and up at the top, I want to insert an image here. Okay. So so again, remember that there are 3 default size images: thumbnail, medium, and large. We've already talked about that, right? Okay. I chose different grids or different sizes according to my grid system that I was using. Okay. Then responsive came around, and what I had to do was I had to make some of my images slightly larger than my grid system because of when I did my breakpoint at 800, I needed my 620 wide column size photos to go up to 800. In other words, responsive. So this right now, this grid right here, this column is 620 pixels wide because I'm using the 960 grid. So when I would come in and it would break at 800, See how it's going in, it's coming down. Then at 800, it's now 800 or a little less than 800. So what I did was for my image sizes, I did a large at 800, I did my medium at 300, and I did my thumbnail at 220 by 160, okay? So, these are my thumbnails. These are my large, and I rarely used medium. I think when I used medium, it was here.
So when you're talking about clicking on it,
Yeah.
do you mean like this?
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not doing it in Chrome, so that's a bug.
This is Chrome.
Right, but it's not doing it in Chrome
Oh,
here on the
on here.
PCs.
Huh.
So, okay, so,
Yeah.
Everybody buy the Apple.
so what I need to do then is say, hey, IT services. I can't select an image in WordPress here in the text editor like I can select it in Firefox. Can you guys check into that for me? Because we can do it on a Mac, but not on these PCs. Yeah. So basically what I'm going to do then is I can send them a link to need with the time stamp, and they can hear me say, so this works in Firefox in WordPress.
You weren't hitting it, we did that?
You can if you want, but it'll have to be when this video is over.
Okay.
And then here in Chrome, I can't choose that image. Like I can choose this image in Firefox. Okay. But it works on a Mac. Going back to this. Well, that's too bad. So, yeah, so here I have that medium-sized photo. Here on the home page, if I open that, open image and new tab, that's the 220 by 160. If I go to one of these, $800 by 600. Okay. So basically what I like to do is I like to upload, if I am getting photographs, right? I try to upload things at 1024 so that the 1024 by 768 so that each one of these can be made from that 1024 768. Okay. So if I'm viewing this page, right, and I want to grab this image right here, I have this image, save link as, show in folder, or not. I mean, you know, don't show me it in folder if you don't want to, right? Where is the folder to click on? How do I open? Oh, there's the documents folder. Downloads, graduation. Okay. So if I'm here now, I can do one of two things. I can add media from the page, right? Choose upload files. When I do that, you'll notice over here that I have a title that I can say Mike's graduation. I can fill out the title field, the caption field, the alt text, and description. Then I can go and insert into page. Before I go and insert into page, I can choose to align it, left, center, right, or none. I can choose to link it to media file if I want to open it up, or I can choose to link it to custom URL. And I can choose full, large, medium, or thumbnail. Let's go full. Update. View page. Edit this. I should be able to then, ooh, look at that. I was able to select it now. I'm in Chrome, right? Weird. Maybe it's only my school site. Nobody knows what's going on, Dave. Nobody knows. So I can edit this and say large, right, center, left if I want to. Update, update. I typically, like I said, you let the full be just the original size and let the large be my size that I use for the full column width, right? I can also then if I want to insert an image from some other place on the interwebs, right? Add media. From URL, insert from URL. I can align left, link to custom URL again. Or the image URL. I can then insert into page. Edit it. Did I do it as medium? Edit. Size. Oh, that's right, because I can't choose size because it's from another place on the interwebs. View page. See what it does. Okay. So if I wanted to edit this one to be align left thumbnail, I could, which looks dumb, right? Typically in a posting, I leave images, you know, the large size, the full column size. Open link in new tab. You guys can explore the options on your own a little bit. Okay. But basically now, I've got one image with a caption. I've got another image with a caption. Okay. And when I do that, all of these end up going into my media library. Where I can view them as a list view or as a grid view. I like viewing them as a list view like this, where it tells me the name, the author, uploaded to. I can also, so when I upload it to a page, it attaches it. We'll talk about attachments later on down the road, okay? In other words, in the flex slider, how I do my flex slider, on the home page is if there are photos attached to this page, then use those images and present them in a flex slider. Okay. It'll make more sense down the road. But here's our media library. So I can add things to the media library instead of adding things directly to a page, and then use them from a page as well. So if I go and we'll get the big size one, save in Jazz, download. Go to media library. So I can add to the media library from the media library, select files, go choose it, open, right? Crunch it, reward. And now if I go back to pages and go to the about page, and I want to then, let's say, insert media here, I would still go to the add media, right? And instead of upload files to insert, I would go to media library to find stuff from my media library. And I could find that from my media library. Right, align, again, none, size, large size, insert into page. There it is. So this is how, if I'm working on a blog posting, right, you'll notice that right here, this first image looks a little different than the others, meaning it doesn't have this border and stuff. So I use a featured image here, which we'll talk about later, and then I insert images all the rest of the way, right? That then link to their own image, and uses a light box. So if I go to edit post, let's see if I can select images here. Nope, I guess it's my own domain, I can't. Maybe because I haven't updated WordPress to the new, maybe there's some bugs. Maybe that's it, who knows? But each of these then is an inserted image into my posting. Make sense?
Yes.
Of course.
Page. So again, if we go using media settings, right? Back to the lecture here, using the media settings, again, thumbnail, medium, large. See also uploading images. So you've uploaded them, media library, attachment image. We can then add a title, a caption, alt text description like we did. You insert into the page using the add media button. We can upload files. We can grab from a URL. We can grab from the media library. Right, again, title, caption, description, link, alignment, size. Hooray! What?
It's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, we're not done yet. What, we're here till what, 3:30, 3:50?
I think so.
Yeah, how about 3:30 so I can go get lunch before my next class? Yeah, yeah, slow clap.
Behind the back, so
Huh?
that was behind the back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Navigation menus. Currently, oh, what I did forget to share with you guys. If we go to Dreamweaver, right, for images, and we look at our WordPress summer, WP content, again, I'm on the remote server, uploads, 2017, July. So it has then made, here's graduation, it made 150 by 150, 300 by 225, 760 by 576, 100 by 100. I don't know where these extra image sizes are coming from. Maybe in this theme, it has some extra sizes. I don't know. But it should just be making the thumbnail, the medium, and the large size. out of it.
It's got a 150 by 150, right? Isn't that what we set the
Oh, no, yeah, so, oh, there it is, the 576. That's the large size right there. This is the original. I don't know where this 100 by 100 is coming from. Again, it's whatever their theme is. We'll, down the road, we will regenerate these thumbnails. We'll regenerate these images, given the media settings that we're going to set things to when we start making our theme. Okay, so creating navigation and menus, right? Currently, if we're looking at our website, then we go to dashboard, not dashboard, sorry, visit site. How do we navigate through our pages? Somebody say we need to create menus in WordPress.
Like, we need to create menus.
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. We need to create menus in WordPress. So, like pulling teeth.
I just want you to pause for dramatic effect.
You son of a, I'm trying not to swear as much. Okay, so here is this menu. If I go into my dashboard and I go to Appearance, Menus, you will see that I have a main menu and a footer menu. Right now, this is the main menu. Okay. About services, graphic design, web design, et cetera, portfolio, et cetera, blog, et cetera, okay? So there are two different ways to set up menus to call navigation items in WordPress. One, using this menu system here, right? That then we get into, when we get into theme development, this menu system then uses the WP Nav menu function that then pulls theme location, main menu. It writes a div tag as the container tag. It then gives navigation as the containing ID. Hooray! Now the joke is starting to make sense. Say it with me, Jonathan. Hooray! Okay. So this right here then is the code that says I'm going to go get this main menu, because if we've managed locations here, this theme is saying go get the main menu, because in my functions file, I have registered locations of main menu and footer menu and called one main menu and called the other footer menu. Okay, so this equals this. This is the slug that equals this. Clear? It's going to be a quiz on that tomorrow. We don't have class tomorrow, so there are no quizzes. So when I say there's going to be a quiz, do you still get like, oh my God, does it still freak you out? I'm sorry. I'm wrong here. I am. I'm wrong here. But this is what I do.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, okay, but that's,
Other classes.
yeah. So in our theme now that we are using currently, because in our theme, I am using the 2017 theme currently. If I open up the functions file, it has registered menus, top menu for top, social links menu for social. So if I'm here and I go to dashboard and I go to appearance menus, we've got nothing, right? So I am going to name this main menu. Create menu. Whoops. And now I can manage locations. So they, in their functions file, have registered top menu. So I want to say I'm creating the main menu and I want to put it in the location of where this theme wants a menu system. So these are going to change given the theme. You create a menu, you set it to a location. You create a menu, you set it to a location. You create a menu and you do what? Set it to a location. So if and when you enable new themes and your menu is broken, you have to choose the menu and set it to a location. So we've set it to a location. Now what I can do is this. I'm editing my main menu, which is located at top menu. And I can say, to start out with, select all of these, because I want all of these to be in my menu system. And I can add them to menu. Notice what it does. It adds them all at a root main level, which is not what I want. As well, some of these are out of place. Oops. Let's do this over. Let's show it to you before I do it correctly. So if I select all, add to menu, save menu, visit site, here's my main menu. Everything's there, but portfolio websites print websites print logo should be under portfolio. I want about to be over here. I want contact to be at the end, etc. So I then have to go back to menus and shift these around the way I want them. So here I can make something into a sub-item. So be careful of your level, right? That's a sub-item of this now. It's not what I want. Now, granted, I am not changing the hierarchy of pages. I am not changing the information architectural, if you will. So this is one of the frustrating things, that your client can disregard the information architecture. I'm talking to you, Jet City Improv. They can disregard their information architecture, Jet City Improv, and make menus and shift things all around while disregarding the information architecture, Jet City Improv. So now that I have that, and I save menu, when I visit site, about, portfolio, blog, contact, right? So basically, I set up a menu system just like what I did here, that then we are going to modify and, or make a theme out of and use, okay? So, creating navigation and menus in WordPress. Just to review, right? So here is where we have all our pages. This is what I meant by the information architecture, right? Now these aren't arranged in a certain order, but these being subpages of portfolio is what I'm talking about. You want to go to your menus, appearance menus. You need to create a menu. In this case, I created main. You need to manage locations. Whoops, sorry. You need to manage locations. In this old screenshot, they used to have it primary as their locations. So now the new one is top, right? Did I not have a managed locations screenshot? Oh, maybe I don't. I forgot the managed locations screenshot. Oh. But you guys saw how to do it. All right. That's it for today now, Sue.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
for your assignments. End of the week. Create your template files. End of next week. Create your content and menu system. Okay?
Good.
What extra assignment should we give Gloria, Jonathan?
I still think you should turn it off.
What do you, we should give her one, right? I don't care if it was her birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about, I'll come over there and talk about it,
all right.
what we want to give her.
Custom plugin?
Ooh,